On base, that's the good thing. Now we just got to finish the deal and get him in.
What'd you think of Matt Neal in his first start?
You know what? I liked what Matt has done in the past couple of weeks. I haven't used him any more than maybe 2 innings at the most, and he was coming off a little bit of some arm soreness from about 2 weeks ago, and I've been able to use him for an inning or an inning plus in the past couple of weeks. So that was a big deal what he did for us yesterday. Go out there and give us 70-some pitches and 4 innings, even though we had to extend our bullpen guys a little more than we normally would have. He basically might have saved 3 more guys that wouldn't be available for tonight.
Well, and speaking of pitching, unfortunately you lose a guy today, but you also add one. And you add an outfielder as well, who we're going to see tonight in Shannon Wilkerson. But Brad Bergeson added to the pitching staff. So let's recap the moves of the day, and especially with the new guys, what you think you might be able to do as far as how you use them and what they might be able to contribute.
Well, Brad came in and threw a bullpen for me on. I'm all screwed up on days. He came in on Wednesday, and Fletch and I really liked what he brought to the table. So I told him I would need probably 24 to 48 hours to figure out what I was going to do. And as you mentioned, things get figured out for you sometimes. And yesterday, Julio DePaula agreed to a deal to go to Mexico, and I think he flew out at 5:45 this morning from Baltimore. So Julio goes out the door, and Brad Bergeson comes in, and the revolving door thing here just keeps on going a little more than 3 weeks into the season. But Brad, we're going to use him as a 1-inning reliever. Same thing we did with Julio, and Shannon Wilkerson was somebody I was looking for, another outfielder that could play center field, and he has some good pedigree with him. So we're going to run him out there tonight. We're going to move Boggsy over to right field, put Eric in left. I think that's going to give us more speed in the outfield, which I think is a big deal. Obviously, we saw how good it was for us last year. And, then we just have to wait and see how the new guys swing the bat. So other than that, that's where we are for today. We released Sandy De Leon today, and that made room for Wilkerson, the center fielder, and then obviously DePaula leaving made room for Bergeson.
Yeah, and with Brad, he'd been a starter much of his career. Didn't see anything as far as where he had pitched last year, and I was in Japan the year before that. But is relief kind of the next step in his career, or could he potentially be a starter down the line if you need him there?
He and I talked on Wednesday. I think at some point he could probably get back to starting, but I think for right now he's going to have to show that he can pitch out of the bullpen and then eventually build himself up. But I think the build-up would be something that happens more in winter ball or, during the winter ball season. And then hopefully for him he can get another try with an affiliate.
You had Steve Proscia in the last 2 days, speaking of new guys, and yesterday he gets his first hit. What have you thought through, obviously very small sample size, and he hasn't seen a lot of live pitching yet, but through 2 games, just the way that he's handled the bat?
Well, I thought he put good wood on the ball a couple times. Obviously, when I got him, he was still in spring training with the New Jersey team, so he hadn't really seen a whole lot of live pitching yet. But basically what I've seen during batting practice the last couple of days and in the game is pretty much true to form to what his number said. You can tell he has power to the gaps. I was interested to see him play some third base. That's why we put him out there yesterday. And he made some really nice plays, and that allowed me to move Pounds over to short and get Wilson out of there. So it's only been 2 days, but I liked what I saw, and he didn't seem like he was swinging and missing a whole lot, which is a good thing. So I think he'll be fine.
Well, Somerset comes in tonight, and your team is going to try to get well, so to speak, against the team with the best record in the league. And we saw them at their place a couple of weeks ago. What jumps out at you? I know it's usually pitching, and if you look at the stats, that's probably where it is, huh?
Definitely pitching always, and when it's all said and done, it'll be the same with us. Pitching too, but. They do pitch very well, and they pitch very well in their ballpark. It's a little tough to see there early on, even for their guys. But we know how we're going to get approached here, and I'll be shocked if they do anything different. So we kind of tailored our batting practice session today to what I think is going to happen. now hopefully we can just capitalize on it tonight.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thank you.
Our national anthem here tonight as the Revs get set to go, hosting the Somerset Patriots. Swept at Somerset first weekend of May, and now they will host them here on Memorial Day weekend for the next 4 nights. Rommie Lewis into his warm-ups out on the mound, and tonight's lineups brought to you by Flying Feet. For Somerset, it'll be Johnny Tucker in center field leading things off. Aaron Eggleston, the left fielder, bats second. Thomas Neal will DH and bat third. Cleanup man is the right fielder, Chris Marrero. David Vidal at first base will hit fifth. Adam Donahue behind the plate is batting sixth. Nate Spears will play second base and hit seventh. Greg Hopkins is the third baseman batting eighth. And Robert Andino at shortstop will hit ninth. Again, for Somerset, it's Tucker, Eggleston, Neal, Marrero, Vidal, Donahue, Spears, Hopkins, and Andino facing Rommie Lewis. For the Revs tonight, they will have Mikey Reynolds at second base leading things off. Wilson Valdez, the shortstop, hits second. Eric Patterson in left field will bat third. Cleaning up is Andres Perez. He's at first. Then Johan Lamonta will DH and hit fifth. Brandon Boggs in right field bats sixth. Brian Pounds, the third baseman, is hitting seventh. Luis De La Cruz will catch and bat eighth. And Shannon Wilkerson makes his debut in center, hitting ninth. Again for York, Reynolds, Valdez, Patterson, Perez, Lamonta, Boggs, Pounds, De La Cruz, and Wilkerson. And those lineups brought to you once again by the fine folks at Flying Feet. Johnny Tucker will lead things off. Rommie ready to go tonight. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch is right down the middle for a ball. Underway tonight, 6:32 on the stadium time. And a sun-splashed and windy evening. 1-0 to Tucker. It is just off away. And he's got a 2-0 count to start the night on, hitting at .220 with 1 home run, 13 knocked in. And the pitch, that one's a strike. And Rommie delivers his first one in the zone of the night. Our plate ump is Chris Carroll. Dave Shirk at first, Doug McFarling at third base. The 2-1 swung on and cranked foul to left. And Tucker broke his bat, so an early mention for our friends at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, sponsors of our Broken Bats on air. And the emerald ash borer, a tiny insect pest all around the nation and in our area now, threatening the life of ash trees. Many baseball bats made of ash. Maple, the other wood, of course. But if you have an ash tree or any tree care concern, check out the experts. And find them online, heritagelawnandlandscape.com. So Tucker with new lumber stands back in. And the 2-2 from Rommie swung on and floated to center field. Wilkerson hustles over. He's got it. His first chance with the Revs. And smoothly moving over toward left center. Read it perfectly off the bat. And it may not be the easiest night to read fly balls. The wind speed on our reading is listed at 13 miles per hour out to right field. 73 degrees on the stadium board tonight here on a sun-splashed early evening. Here is Aaron Eggleston. Pitch from Rommie clipped his jersey as Eggleston tried to jump back. It's a hit by pitch. So he's on base with one out. Revs are in their alternate gold Bumblebee Houston Astro uniforms tonight. And the Patriots in the alternate navy blue, although they wear those quite often on the road. There for a couple of years, they went to road gray, but they traditionally have been navy tops away from home. Here's Thomas Neal as Rommie misses away to the Patriot DH. He's hitting at 258, a couple of home runs, 10 driven in. The 1-0 and a foul back, a spinner back off the right edge of the screen. Good changeup from Rommie, which forced some awkward contact. Somerset team has won 10 of their last 12. Well, time asked for. They are 4-0 on Fridays. The Revs have yet to win on a Friday. It's the 1-1. And it misses down low. Guaranteed win at home or otherwise. Last Friday, they were rained out at Sugarland. It's a week ago already. It's the 2-1, and Rommie misses high. Stretch and the 3-1. Swing and a miss. A changeup and a beauty. Thomas Neal sitting dead red, and he was way early. You can see the wind whipping the uniforms around. Rommie ready with it. And the payoff pitch swung on, slice to right, and a base hit. Over toward the line, and Boggs will have to chase it into the corner. Shane Spencer sending Eggleston. Boggs seemed to have trouble with it. Out of our view, Eggleston will score without a play. It's an RBI double for Thomas Neal. And the Patriots on the board first tonight. It's 1-0 here in the first inning. Thomas Neal with his 11th run batted in of the year. And it is tough to get a handle on it in the corner. Couldn't see from our vantage point what happened on Boggs down there, but Shane Spencer was watching it, then saw it develop and frantically sent Eggleston, who scores from first. Here's Chris Marrero now, and Rommie missing outside on the first offer. Marrero hitting at 296. Remember when we saw them at Somerset a week into the season, he was off to a little bit of a slow start, but he's rounded into form. 1-0 pitch. He swings and bounces it to short. Valdez charging, gloves. He'll toss it on the run to first. And Neal, seeing it was hit softly, broke right away. He'll make it to third, even with the ball hit on the left side of the infield. So a runner at third with 2 outs. David Vidal will hit. He had a walk-off hit against the Revs at Somerset in that series a few weeks back. He's hitting at 280. No homers, 6 driven in. First pitch, a changeup. It misses outside. Time asked for. A ball loose from the crowd. Eric Patterson over to toss it back up top. Now the stretch, the 1-0, and a slider that bends in for a strike. Actually more of a curveball, it looked like. 1-1 the count. Now Rommie featuring something a little bit different there. 1-1. And a fastball grounded back to him. Great glove hand grab. He'll jog to first and toss it off to Dre to end the inning. Look what he found on the comebacker to the mound. And only the 1 run scores. 1 hit, 1 man left. At the end of a half inning, it's the Patriots 1 and the Revs coming up.
Hey Revs fans, mark your calendars for Friday, May 29th. That's when the Revs host the Susquehanna Score Small Biz Motivation Day. From noon until 6, talk to expert mentors who can help you start and build a business, and learn from small business owners who already are growing their businesses with Score. So get motivated, because Score is free in the White Rose Room here at Santander Stadium, Friday, May 29th, noon to 6.
Which is better? Getting the perfect set, the perfect approach, and powering through the ball with the perfect hit? Or reading the hitter, moving to the ball, and making the perfect dig? Flying Feet knows the answer. It all depends on which side of the net you're on. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes is Central PA's home court for volleyball, featuring the names that know the game: Mizuno, Asics, and Adidas. Flying Feet offers volleyball spandex and shorts and the best selection of knee pads around. Flying Feet is also your active ankle connection, the same active ankle braces chosen by coaches and players at the college level. And because volleyball isn't just for the gym, Flying Feet carries a great selection of indoor and outdoor balls for working it out on the beach or in the backyard. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, the sportswear specialty store without specialty store prices. Flying Feet. 1511 Round Rose Avenue, just off exit 18 of I-83, next to Battery Warehouse.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the first, 1-0. Patriots have struck first tonight. Mikey Reynolds to lead things off against Southpaw Sean Bierman. Makes the start tonight for Somerset. Battle of lefties on the mound. And the first pitch of the night from Bierman is over for a strike on Mikey. He's hitting at .358 coming in this evening, and he now has enough plate appearances to qualify. Pitch is tapped foul. Like it glanced off Donahue's shin guard, rolled toward the first base line. Mikey's second in the league in hitting at .358, behind only Kyle Hankard of Southern Maryland, who's at .390. The 0-2, and he shoots a foul down the first base side. He really sat back and waited as long as he could and chopped it. Stays alive. Bierman 2-1, a .273 ERA coming in. Lefty's pitch, breaking ball, strike 3 called, and Mikey knew it. And that's how Bierman begins his night. Sean Bierman, 5 starts, 26 and a third innings, 32 hits. Opponents hitting .308. 8 walks, now 11 strikeouts. Only 1 home run given up. We'll face Wilson Valdez up next. Patriot pitching staff leading the league with a .189 ERA. It's absurd. Opponents hitting only .210 against them. Pitch to Valdez is over for a strike. Wilson, a day off yesterday. He's got a 5-game hitting streak coming in tonight. On those 5, he's hit .455. Pitch. Tries to bunt his way on. Bierman slipped, and Valdez is going to make it. Breaks up the no-no. A bunt single, and Bierman went down like he was on skates, trying to scramble for it. Lefty is going to naturally fall toward the third base side. Valdez pushed it, and Bierman unable to adjust course. And Spears coming in from second, knew he had no chance. So a bunt single for Valdez. It's a 6-game hitting streak. And has his second bunt hit of the year. Here's Eric Patterson, who drove in the only run yesterday. 2 outs in the 9th, and Bierman will toss over. Revs trail 1-0 here in the first tonight. Valdez will take his lead. He's got 8 steals. And he'll draw another move, back standing both times. Tied for 3rd in the league with 8 steals, just 2 off the league lead. Brian Sabatella of Long Island with 10. Pitch to Patterson is up and in. Patterson hitting at .235, 4 homers. He's knocked in 14, which leads the team. And another move to first. Valdez back standing up again. Patterson, an RBI double yesterday, tied for the league lead with 10 doubles. And 15 total extra base hits. Pitch to him is a little bit low. And has himself a 2-0 count. Somerset's starting rotation, a 1.85 ERA. The bullpen, 1.95 as Bierman comes back with a called strike. 2-1 on Patterson. It's always after me to make sure I say his alma mater the correct way. Georgia Tech, not the University of Georgia Tech, as Bierman throws over. A lot of folks screw that up. Stretch and the pitch, and it just missed away. Now 3-1. The Georgia Institute of Technology is the appropriate way to term it. Proud Yellow Jacket. Valdez runs, a swing and a miss. Throw to second is airmailed. And Valdez will slide in safely. He thought about it, now going to try it. Tucker the throw. He slides, he's in. Takes third base on the play. And Wilson Valdez with the hustle gets around to third on a steal and a throwing error by catcher Adam Donahue. It sailed high, they couldn't save it. And Valdez hesitated to read it and then decided to go, and he just beat the throw from Tucker in center field. 9th steal of the year. He's within 5 of Scott Grimes' club record. Infield in, pitch to Patterson is driven. High in the air and deep in center. Valdez will tag, Tucker the catch. Valdez can crawl home from there. He'll waltz in with the run. We're tied at 1, and Patterson with RBI number 15. Well, yesterday they would have loved one of those. The Ducks had 3 of them, and the Revs answer with 1 tonight. It's 1-1 here in the first. Now Valdez, his 64th career steal with York, within 5 of the team record, and scores on Patterson's sac fly. Here's Andres Perez, and he looks at a first pitch strike. Infield was in, and Patterson sent it deep. Pitch to Perez, that's a little low. Perez hitting at .253 with a home run and 12 knocked in. The pitch, it's in the dirt. And Bierman misses with 3 straight. Or not, 2-1. Board had 3-0, I believe. Pitch to Dre, misses high and outside. Now it's ball 3. Bierman lifts and deals and misses down and in, and Perez draws the walk. So the inning will continue. Johan Lamonta up next. At the moment, it's an unearned run that the Revs have scored. Here's Limo, who's hitting .255, 4 homers, 8 driven in. Pitch from Bierman, a curveball, and it's a called strike. A stretch, the 0-1, and a curveball fouled back into the screen. I don't believe Patterson got a curveball from Bierman, and perhaps not because Valdez was a stolen base threat. It's an easier pitch to run on, but Limo, the lefty, has been fed 2 of them. 0-2, and this time a slider that tails away. Actually, a cutter, as it's listed on his scouting report. Pitch swung on and fouled off third base side. Bierman, a 26-year-old lefty, 6 feet, 195, lives in New Jersey. Pitch. Ooh, man, that drilled Limo. And he goes down to both knees. I think it got him in the midsection, and I think he's trying to catch his breath as Chong comes out, and Mace out to check on him as well. Got away from Bierman, and yep, right in the ribs, almost toward the front of his chest. It's one that would knock the wind out of you. And a slow walk toward first. He needs a moment. Hopefully, obviously, no damage to those ribs. Now it's first and second with Brandon Boggs coming up. They deem that Limo is okay, but that could not have felt good. He started to jump back, just could not get out of the way. Here's Boggs, who will bat from the right. First pitch from Bierman, misses high. Trying to give York a first inning lead after tying it up. It's 1-1. And a curveball wrinkled in for a called strike. Looks like Brad Bergeson has just thrown his first bullpen with his new team down in right field. Sandy De Leon down there with him. Here's a swing and a bouncer off the plate at third base. Charging is Hopkins. Throws on the run and got him. A nice play hustling in from Hopkins, the third baseman. And the Revs limited to the 1 run, but they tie it up. 1 hit, 1 error, 2 men left on. We go to the second inning here tonight. It's a 1-1 game.
Frustrated with the returns or the lack thereof in the stock market? Are you tired of giving back the returns you do make whenever there's a downturn? Would you like to keep the returns you make and have them locked in annually? Learn more about protecting your retirement and investment dollars. Call Tom Dasher Investment Services, 717-246-3879 or 717-487-2096. If your mutual funds are underperforming or your CDs aren't returning what you'd like, contact Tom Dasher Investment Services, 246-3879 or 487-2096.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
He's a great, great man. Was Muhammad Ali a thug? He was colorful, controversial. But this is a guy who did something before anybody else did it. And we were okay with it. A lot of us were okay because of how Ali looked. Handsome, well-spoken, with poetry. There was charisma to it. Richard Sherman just came out of a game and started yelling right in our face.
Dan Patrick.
On Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Top of the second, we're tied at 1. An eventful first inning. Adam Donahue leads off against Rommie, whose first pitch of the second inning is wide. Patriot catcher Donahue stepping in and hitting a 260. The home run and 8 knocked in. Pitch from Lewis is a little low. Now 2 balls and no strikes. He will work from the stretch, the converted reliever. Fires home, and that's a little high. 3-0. Obviously, as our fans know, the Revs' all-time saves leader. Was last a starter in 2010. He deals and just missed away, and he's upset with that. He wanted that pitch, didn't get it. 4-pitch walk puts Donahue on base to start the inning. Rommie coming in tonight, his overall numbers 3-1, 2.21 ERA through 4 starts. 20 and a third innings, 21 hits, 5 walks, 17 Ks. Opponents hitting 269. Here's Nate Spears, lefty against lefty, and Lewis fires a strike, knee high. Spears hitting at 240. No home runs, 2 driven in. Stretch and the 0-1. And a swing and a miss. Good curveball from Rommie. Nothing in 2 the count. Stretch. And he lifts, fires home, and another curve, and it's yanked into right. Base hit for Spears. Donahue to second as Boggs chucks it in all the way to third on 1 hop. And Nate Spears with the base hit to right. First and second with nobody out. Rommie got ahead of him, but left a curveball with more plate than he wanted. Spears was right on it. Sat back and hit it sharply. We'll bring on Greg Hopkins. He's hitting at $189, 2 home runs, 7 driven in. Corners pinch in, and Rommie the pitch. It is a fastball for a called strike. He's the K-man tonight. Lucky guy. The 0-1 and a changeup down and away. One pitch, and he swings, fouls it away down the right field side. Right through the front of the picnic area, 1-2. Bad breadsticks, 4 straight games. So that's a positive streak. First and second with nobody out. Rommie will step off. He's coming off a win on Sunday in Sugar Land. 5 1/3 innings, 2 runs. Went exactly 5 innings the previous 3 starts. The stretch, the pitch, and it's lifted in the air, left center. Patterson and Wilkerson converging, and it carries back. Wilkerson's got it in front of the track in left center. It'll advance the lead runner. as Hopkins flies out deep to the alley. And Wilkerson, Revs' newest position player addition, with his second put out. Donahue goes to third, and they're at the corners for Robert Andino. He's got the most Major League time on the Patriots roster, but has struggled this year, hitting 132, 10 for 76. Also has 9 errors compared to 10 hits. Pitch from Rommie, a slider, it's a called strike. Andino just 1 for his last 22. Right-hand hitter. Played with the Orioles as one of his big league teams, Marlins and Mariners as well, part of 9 seasons. The 0-1 and a fastball strike, outside corner at the knees, right where De La Cruz was set up. 0-2 the count. 1-1 game here in the second inning. Patriots have him at the corners with 1 out. Now Rommie is set. They'll set up inside. Pitch is outside and lined into the stands. Folks in Section 5 duck, and Don Kane is going to scream at Robert Andino for doing such a thing. They ducked, and it hit the second row chair right behind those in the front row. Now the stretch from Rommie. And another 0-2. Oh, down low. It got by De La Cruz. Donahue trying to score. Luis the flip. Rommie the tag. And sliding in is Donahue. And Somerset leads 2-1 here in the second inning. Adam Donahue scoring from third base. He does not lead the league in speed. And De La Cruz hustled back. He got a late start on it. It's a wild pitch. And he then fell down trying to flip it. I wonder if the ankle bothered him there. Spears goes to second. It's 2-1. No more double play. 1-2 count to the hitter. And that's down low, and De La Cruz misses that one. Rolls to the backstop. Spears takes third. That one's a pass ball. Back-to-back pitches, and now Spears at third base. And it's a 2-2 count. The Revs bring the infield in. And the pitch to Andino. Fastball missed away. It's a full count. 2-1. Somerset leads it. A payoff pitch. Swung on, hit in the air toward the corner and right. Boggs chasing it and can't make the play. Leaping up, it hits the wall on the fly, and Spears in to score. It's 3-1. And Robert Andino no longer 1 for his last 22 as Mace heads out to the mound. Take that stat and throw it in the trash. Never mention that again. RBI double off the wall in right. Boggs was hustling. He was leaping for it, just couldn't reach it. And it banged off the wood out there and scores Spears from third base. Now Mace will make an early visit. Give De La Cruz a pat on the back. Tough couple of pitches behind the plate for him. Don't want to let this one get out of hand early. 3-1 the score. We go to the top of the order, and Johnny Tucker. And the pitch from Rommie, fouled back into the screen. Tucker a fly out to center field, his first time. 2 runs home in the inning. Now the 0-1, and it's slapped on the ground at second base. Mikey's got it, tosses to first for out number 2. And Dino advancing to third base on it. And we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
A runner at third, 2 outs. Aaron Eggleston at the plate, and a breaking ball down and away. De La Cruz made sure to get the glove down in front of that. Eggleston clipped on the jersey, a hit by pitch in the first inning, and scored. A 1-0, and it drilled him in the back. Got away from Rommie and hit him right in the back. De La Cruz will walk up the line next to Eggleston and pick up the ball, which rolled about a third of the way toward first. Rommie hits him for the second time. This one hit him squarely, right on the bottom of the number 1 in the back of his jersey. He wears number 91. And the inning continues for Thomas Neal, who drove in a run on a double in the first inning. First pitch, he swings and drives it to right. Boggs is there, though, backing up a couple of steps and puts it away. It's already the most runs that Rommie has given up in any of his 5 starts this season. 3-1, Somerset has retaken the lead. 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 left in the inning. We go to the bottom of the second, it's 3-1 Patriots.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA-approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
The best things in life are still free. Free admission, parking, and wine tasting make the Great Pennsylvania Flavor Fest on the grounds of Mount Hope Estate and Winery the perfect way to start the summer, May 23rd and 24th. Savor samplings with 24 of PA's finest wineries, cooking demonstrations, food merchants, and unique handcrafts. Enjoy live music and an interactive crafty kids area. Join the free fun at the Great Pennsylvania Flavor Fest, May 23rd and 24th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission, parking, and tastings are free. Details at parenfair.com.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOYK at the App Store.
Bottom of the second, 3-1, Somerset leads. Bierman missing outside on Brian Pounds to start the inning. Here's the 1-0, and that one is over for a strike. So each team with a run in the first, Somerset with 2 in the top of the second. Revs kicked it around a bit in that inning. The 1-1 and a fastball called strike at the bottom of the zone. Pounds maybe thought it was in. He's hitting at 256 with a home run, 11 driven in. Now Bierman delivers. And this one floated toward the line in right field and foul. When you're going well, that ball lands fair. And it landed foul by a couple of feet. Marrero had a long way to go. 1-2 it remains. Pounds has reached safely 9 of his last 16 trips to the plate. And Bierman deals, and a swing at a ground ball, and backhand play at short. Andino, long throw. Oh, man. That came up and hit Vidal up high as he went into his split, trying to make the pick. Seems to be okay. Looked like it hit him high in the chest. And Pounds is safe to begin the inning. It'll be an infield hit. Hopkins dove, couldn't reach it. Andino backhanded and had a lengthy throw from way back at deep short. Now here's Luis De La Cruz. He's back in tonight and hitting at .356. 3 home runs, 11 knocked in. Pitch from Bierman is swung on and pulled, and I don't see it. Somewhere foul. I lost sight of that as soon as it went up. No balls and a strike. Believe he was way early. De La Cruz with enough at-bats would be tied for 3rd in the league in hitting as he breaks his bat here and floats it into shallow left. And a base hit, and the bat shattering, and the barrel ended up behind home plate. Donahue was checking around, and he got hit with part of it. Either him or the plate. I'm Chris Carroll. Patriots athletic trainer is out to give a look. Checking on Donahue, who I think got a piece of that, if not both of them.
Next up in rotation, your center fielder, number 1, Shannon Wilkerson.
No, it's 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Another broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Have an ash tree concern or any tree care concern, check out the experts online. HeritageLawnandLandscape.com. That thing shattered, but died on a base hit. Here's Shannon Wilkerson for his first Revs plate appearance, and he shows bunt, and Bierman misses away. So an infield hit, a broken bat hit, and the Revs with 1st and 2nd and nobody out. Trailing 3-1. Pitch to Wilkerson. He bunts, and it'll squirt foul to the right of the first base line. And he may have run into it even before that on his way out of the batter's box. Wilkerson drafted by the Red Sox. 8th round pick in 2009 out of Augusta State University. He's a Georgia native. 7th year pro. Spent his whole career in their system. 25 games at AAA last year. Most of the last 3 years at AA. He pulls back, takes a full swing, and it's grabbed by Donahue. Foul right behind the plate. Took a full swing and tapped it, and it bounced straight up, and Donahue grabbed it behind the dish. Foul ball, it's 1-2 off the fake bunt swing. Wilkerson, who hit in the 260s at AA last year. He could bring a lot to this team. Pitch is swung on and lifted to center. Johnny Tucker will come in, and he's there to squeeze it. There's one away. Wilkerson flies out in his first Revs at bat. Back to the top of the order, and Mikey Reynolds, who was called out on strikes his first time. 3-1, Somerset the lead. And Bierman the pitch, and a swing and a line drive, center field. Tucker going back on it, and he's got it. Makes a fine running grab deep in center. Pounds will tag, moves up to 3rd. And they're at the corners with 2 outs. Mikey hits it hard right down the middle of the field, deep in center. Johnny Tucker can really cover his ground. And with 2 away, Wilson Valdez will try to put a dent in this deficit. Bunted for a hit, stole a base, scored in the first inning. Looking down at Polo for signs. Around the stretch from Bierman, first offering is down low. Our contestant tonight on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care Home Run Contest is Mark Gray. If the Revs hit a home run tonight, Mark can win a prize pack, courtesy of the team and Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. And a lob to first. De La Cruz back easily. That was perhaps simply Bierman just not ready to make his pitch yet. Wasn't a very effective move over. The 1-0 and a fastball in for a strike. Bierman was a 10th round pick of the Rays in 2012 out of Vanderbilt. Pitch swung on and line foul the other way into the seats in right. Same path that David Price took, Vanderbilt to the Rays, but Bierman a few years later. And he did have some big-name teammates in college. Throw over to first, another lob. De La Cruz just being reminded that he's paying attention. Teammate of Pedro Alvarez and Sonny Gray at Vanderbilt. Then he transferred to the University of Tampa for his final 2 years. Pitch to Valdez is fouled off down the first base side. Bierman missed all of 2011 with Tommy John surgery. Began this year in spring training with Atlanta before being let go. Pitch is bounced toward third. Hopkins gloves near the bag. Throw across is in time by a step. And the Revs fail to score and answer in the bottom of the second inning. No runs on 2 hits. 2 men left in each of their first 2 innings. Paul Braverman will join me as we head to the third. At the end of 2, it's 3-1 Somerset.
And now a baseball tutorial from Maple Donuts.
The single.
Grabbing your favorite maple donut for breakfast.
The double.
Grabbing an extra maple donut for later.
The brush back.
Brushing the white off your shirt after biting into a fresh powdered sugar maple donut.
The ground rule double.
Quickly retrieving the 2 maple donut holes that got away.
What? 5-second rule. The boys of summer may be getting back to work, but there's a winning lineup waiting for you right now at Maple Donuts. Shake off this long, cold winter with a fresh, hot cup of Maple Donuts famous coffee and one of Charlie's Donuts' 58 varieties. The perfect double play combination.
The steal.
Opening the box only to discover that someone stole your favorite maple donut.
Hey!
The home run.
Showing up at work with a Maple Donuts Baker's Dozen.
Maple Donuts taste right. We create tasty bread. Anytime, day or night. For appetite delight. Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all of your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the third, 3-1. Somerset the lead. And good evening, Paul. We continue our radio workout for the night.
Long time no speak, huh?
One studio to the other. Chris Marrero leading off the third as Rommie misses wide to him to begin things.
Hey, somewhere there's somebody that's been, sitting in the tub for the last 3 hours, hanging out, listening to Revs Friday Night Live, then the pregame, then the game.
Big swing and a miss on a changeup. The tub, huh?
You can't beat the level of Revolution coverage to start a home weekend.
That's right. Marrero, a 10-game hitting streak. Grounded out to short his first time. And the 1-1, swing and a miss. Good changeup, down and away.
I don't know if this is about to get weird, but I tune you in the bathroom all the time when you're on the road. Shaving, brushing my teeth, other stuff. That's a good spot to knock out listening 2 or 3 innings of a ball game while you're in there anyway.
It's a changeup low, 2-2. Actually kind of makes my night, Paul,
yeah,
believe it or
well,
not.
There's a nice visual for you.
Yeah. We asked Sean Hill everything but what he listens to in the restroom.
It's only 24 hours in a day and 1 hour on the show.
There's a ball just missed, down and in, and Rommie rolling his eyes again. He has had a few close ones that he's wanted, and it's a full count.
On the interviewing athlete spectrum, there's Sean Hill and Marshawn Lynch on opposite ends of that spectrum.
Here's a floater served out to center and in for a hit. Pitch was away. Marrero reached for it off the end of the bat, but fillets it in and has an 11-game hitting streak. It's a leadoff single to begin the third.
Yeah. Sean Hill's stories about his career are just phenomenal, and had he been at Super Bowl Media Day, he'd say, I'm just here so I don't get fined. But an interesting note on that was, in Montreal in 2004, then he'll tell a great story about his career.
Here's Vidal. And the pitch from Rommie. He swings, chops it towards short. Valdez. Oh, what a stab on that. Flip to Reynolds. The turn is dug out. And a tremendous double play. 6-4-3. And that ball chopped up the middle. Valdez had to adjust course, reading it. He stabbed it on the upward bounce. A lot of topspin. Fed Mikey, who had to hurry the throw, and Dre, reaching to the backhand, pulled it off the dirt.
Now, this is the 27th game of the season, but I think it bears repeating that that's a first-time everyday first baseman over there in Andres Perez. Now, we noticed he looked comfortable there from the beginning, and he's improved even still as the season has gone on. But that is a terrific pick, especially for a guy still relatively new to the position.
Here's Adam Donahue, who looks at his strike. I think the most frustrating thing in the second inning on that wild pitch was that Donahue was the one running. Revs had a chance to get him as he swings here, rips one at third, and ricochets off the glove of Pounds. Valdez, the pickup, and his throw in the dirt. This one couldn't be saved, and it does go into the York dugout, and Donahue will be awarded second. Well, he ripped it on a short hop. Pounds flashed the leather to his left, but it skipped off. And Valdez then, trying to make the miraculous play, ended up bouncing the throw.
Calling it a base hit.
And the error for second base. Infield hit and an error. And here's Nate Spears, who singled and scored in that second inning. 3-1 Somerset. Pitch from Rommie is in tight. Ball one. Spears pulled a curveball into right for one of the hits last inning. And as it turned out, the runs probably would have scored anyway based on what happened afterward, but they had a chance to get Donahue on that wild pitch as Rommie misses inside. And I don't know if De La Cruz's ankle slowed him down or bothered him. He kind of crumbled down trying to flip. Guy caught in between whether to throw it or flip it. They still almost got him. 2-0 now. And the pitch to Spears is over for a strike. Of course, had he been tagged out, he wouldn't have scored. But it was a 2-run inning. Somerset the 3-1 lead here in the third. Had he stayed at third, he probably would have scored since Andino doubled later. Now the stretch and the pitch. And a curveball just missed away, 3-1.
Well, we talked in the preseason that we were very impressed with the team that Somerset put together, and that has come to fruition. They're a very good club, 18-8. But just to reiterate that we don't really know what we're talking about, we got lucky with that prediction because I thought Lancaster was going to be a good club, and they've had a heck of a time.
Here's a ground ball to first, and Dre right there. Went to a knee in front of it. He'll take it to the bag. It's a scoreless third inning. No runs on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 runner left. And we head to the bottom half of the third. Still a 3-1 Somerset lead.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis, and Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis, and Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis, and Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Brews and Skews, presented by York Traditions Bank, is a free admission carnival of food on the Brooks Robinson Plaza, Saturday, May 30th from 1 to 6 p.m. Begin your vacation season with a good time and staycation packed with food on a stick, craft brew, and Revolution Caliber entertainment. Rockin' bands brought to you by CGA Law Firm play the stage all day. Come with your crew or bring the family to Brews and Skews, a free admission event presented by York Traditions Bank. Visit brewsandskews.com for the latest event info, and we'll see you May 30th.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Three to 1 Somerset as we go to the bottom of the third. Eric Patterson to lead things off. And a pitch from Bierman just misses. Patterson a sac fly deep in center in the first inning, and to this point has both of the Revs ribbies the last 2 days as he drives this one high and deep in center again. Tucker moving back onto the track, and he's got it. Can't hit it past that guy, Paul. It's tough.
Well, I'll tell you what, and that's true. Tucker's a great defender. Patterson's seeing the ball well right now. And I hit 2 home runs to right field in a loss a couple of nights ago. And had he been early with both of those swings, they would have both been home runs to right field. He just parked 2 to the warning track and straightaway center. Luckily, 1 scored a run.
Here's Andres Perez, who walked in the first.
So he's hitting the ball well. No days off for him coming up.
Swing and a miss on a curve. Yeah, I mean, that's what you want, is hit it hard down the middle of the field.
I mean, loud outs are loud outs. I mean, the coaching staff will see that and get just as excited as if it were a gap double because they can see that he's seeing the ball well and hitting it well.
This one grounded to shortstop. Andino's got it. Snaps it across to first. 2 down. And that time, Bierman got Dre to reach for it and roll it over. And that's the tough thing about Somerset staff. A lot of off speed. Here you've got a lefty tonight who will primarily work away from right-hand hitters. They prepared for that in BP today. It's still much easier said than done, being able to handle it. Here's Johan Lamonta. They'll play him opposite field as Tucker shifts over. First pitch curve, misses away.
Definitely looked like in BP today there was a decent amount of emphasis on hitting the ball the other way.
1-0 pitch is slapped back to Bierman, and gloves a quick one-hopper chest high, lobs it to first, and a very quick 1-2-3 third inning. Paul will have the call as we go to the fourth. At the end of 3, it's still 3-1 Somerset.
Hey Revs fans, mark your calendars for Friday, May 29th. That's when the Revs host the Susquehanna Score Small Biz Motivation Day. From noon until 6, talk to expert mentors who can help you start and build a business, and learn from small business owners who already are growing their businesses with Score. So get motivated, because Score is free in the White Rose Room here at Santander Stadium, Friday, May 29th, noon to 6.
The best things in life are still free. Free admission, parking, and wine tasting make the Great Pennsylvania Flavor Fest on the grounds of Mount Hope Estate and Winery the perfect way to start the summer, May 23rd and 24th. Savor samplings with 24 of PA's finest wineries, cooking demonstrations, food merchants, and unique handcrafts. Enjoy live music and an interactive crafty kids area. Join the free fun at the Great Pennsylvania Flavor Fest, May 23rd and 24th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission, parking, and tastings are free. Details at parenfair.com.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
We move to the top of the fourth. Paul Braverman with you here for the middle innings. It's a 3-1 Somerset Patriot lead. The visitors out hitting the homestanding Revolution 5-3. York trying to break an ugly streak of 8 consecutive home losses here tonight at Santander Stadium, beginning a 4-game series that'll wrap around to Memorial Day on Monday against the visiting Somerset Patriots and a 7-game homestand. 0-3 on this stand now after being swept by the Long Island Ducks. Ball one outside to begin the at-bat to Greg Hopkins, Somerset's third baseman, their number 8 hole hitter, and he takes the 1-0 and fouls it on the ground, third base side. Evens up the count at 1-1. Rommie Lewis in his 4th inning of work. From the stretch, it'll be a 1-1. Swung on and lined into center. This is getting down for a base hit. Wilkerson fields it and will hold Hopkins to a single, but Hopkins now 1 for 2 on the evening. And Robert Andino will round out the Patriot lineup for the second time tonight. RBI double for Andino in the second, and then he was stranded at third. Andino, a major leaguer from 2005 to 2013 with the Orioles, Marlins, and Mariners, playing in 9 big league seasons. The righty steps in, first pitch swinging, pulls the inside pitch foul up the third base side on the ground. His third base coach, former Yankee Shane Spencer, hopping out of the way of that one, hot shot, and after all that, it's just a long strike. 0-1 the count to Andino. Robert Andino struggling. Came into tonight batting 132. His RBI double got him up to 143 as he shoots another one foul, third base side. And the Patriots with the best record in the Atlantic League at 18-8, despite Andino's struggles, as he was one of their more marquee preseason signings. Andino 0 for 10 in the Patriots' last 3-game series at home against Bridgeport. They were home for 3. They took 2 out of 3 from the Bluefish and then came into York this morning. 0-2 pitch fouled off for a third time, third base side, and Rommie Lewis continuing to pound the right-handed Andino on the inside part of the plate, and he's pulled all 3 foul. Hopkins being held on at first by Andres Perez, and now everybody will step away as time is out. Andino steps back into the box. A homer and 5 RBI for the former Jamestown Jammer. Here's the 0-2. Lewis deals, swung on and grounded to short. Should be 2. To Reynolds, back to first. Double play. 6-4-3, Valdez to Mikey Reynolds, and Perez finishes it off at first. And quickly, the leadoff single by Greg Hopkins erased on the 6-4-3 double play ball. Back to the top of the order, Johnny Tucker, Patriots center fielder, is 0 for 2. Tucker with a monster series against Bridgeport coming into tonight. He was 5 for 14 against the Bluefish to begin the week. First pitch fouled off in the air, out of play, first base side. 0-1 the count to Tucker. The former Florida Gator steps back in from the right-hand side. Lewis deals, again, popped up foul. This time behind the plate and out of play. 0-2 the count to Tucker. The Patriots 18-8 despite struggles out of the leadoff spot. Tucker now down to just a .216 average with a homer and 13 batted in. Here's the 0-2, swung on, popped up foul. It might reach the seats, but Perez might have a play in the Revolution bullpen. It will fall there, and we'll do it again at 0-2. The Patriots don't score a whole bunch of runs, but boy, they pitch well. And their starting staff, anchored by Mickey Story, who not only leads the Atlantic League in wins with 4, but has a earned run average of .93. Sean Bierman, their starter tonight, came in 2-1 with a 2.73 ERA. 0-2 pitch popped up the middle in shallow center field. Mikey Reynolds, the second baseman, called off by the newcomer Shannon Wilkerson. And Wilkerson on the run coming in makes the catch. Tucker is 0 for 3, and that's the visitor side of the fourth. Revs coming up, trailing 3-1 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school, play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball, or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics walk-in injury care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment, and both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
I'm Brandon. I'm an EMT.
When he was in 8th grade.
With Dad's job, we moved around a lot.
So I went to school online at Connections Academy.
Virtual education was more flexible, and I learned to think independently.
I got way organized.
That paid off junior year when I started going to high school here in town, and it's paying off now.
Whoa, you look cool in that uniform.
I know, right? We look cool.
Connections Academy, the tuition-free online public school for grades K through 12. Visit connectionsacademy.com.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
We go to the bottom of the fourth. It'll be Brandon Boggs, Brian Pounds, and Luis de la Cruz, 6, 7, 8 in the Revolution order due up. Boggs is 0 for 1, grounded to third, back in the first. First pitch swinging, pops it up, and this one won't leave the infield. Behind the bag at first, the second baseman, Nate Spears, moves over to take the play back of David Vidal, and quickly 1 pitch, 1 out for the Revolution here in the bottom of the fourth. Brian Pounds with a single in the second, an infield single deep in the hole at short. He ended up being stranded at second after the Revolution had runners at first and second with nobody out and did not score. They stranded 2 runners 3 times yesterday and left 12 on total, and now in the past 2 games they've stranded first and second with 1 out or less. And Pounds takes a called strike from Somerset lefty Sean Bierman in his 4th inning of work. Patriots lead at 3-1. They've doubled up the Revolution 6-3 in the hits column, each team with an error. 0-1 pitch, popped up foul behind the plate, out of play by Pounds. And the former Toledo Mud Hen is behind 0-2. Pounds has reached base in 9 of his last 16 plate appearances. 1 for 4 yesterday. Had a 3 for 10 series against the Ducks with a double, but 3 walks. He's been an on-base machine thus far for the Revolution, despite the pedestrian 264 average, but that's obviously a misleading number with as much as he's getting on base. Cue shot foul behind the plate sets up an 0-2 from Bierman, and again, Pounds will send it foul in the air and up over the seating bowl, first base side. We'll do it again at 0-2 to the Revolution third baseman. Pounds still with just one home run. That was in Lancaster in the first road game of the season in game number 6 against the Barnstormers. 0-2 pitch, grounded to third, and up with it is Hopkins to Vidal at first. And quickly 2 down here in the home half of the fourth. Last year, however, for the Camden River Sharks, Pounds hit 16 home runs, so you know the power is in there, and the home runs may come in bunches for him. But with the bases empty and 2 out, it'll be Luis de la Cruz. He was stranded at first after his single in the second. The righty steps in, Bierman fires, first pitch swinging, 2 hopper to short. On a friendly bounce, fielded by Andino, throws him out at first, and that is the inning. The Revolution have now been retired 9 in a row after Pounds and De La Cruz led the second with singles, 9 up, 9 down, and back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for the Somerset lefty. We go to the fifth, 3-1 Patriots on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis raises the racket.
Flying feet.
The style to play and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These aren't stand-around look-pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to take that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Prince, Wilson, New Balance, and K-Swiss in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines ready to help with your selection. Tennis, it's a whole new game. Be prepared to play it well.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes, just off exit 18 of I-83, right behind Domino's in York.
Frustrated with the returns or the lack thereof in the stock market? Are you tired of giving back the returns you do make whenever there's a downturn? Would you like to keep the returns you make and have them locked in annually? Learn more about protecting your retirement and investment dollars. Call Tom Dasher Investment Services, 717-246-3879 or 717-487-2096. If your mutual funds are underperforming or your CDs aren't returning what you'd like, contact Tom Dasher Investment Services, 246-3879 or 487-2096.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the fifth inning, it'll be Aaron Eggleston to lead things off for the Patriots. York trailing 3-1. Eggleston, the Patriot left fielder, has been hit twice. Scored a run in the first and was left at first in the second. The lefty steps in. Eggleston is a former Rev. You diehards may remember he ended the 2009 season with the York Revolution. And Rommie Lewis begins him with a called strike. 0-1 the count to Eggleston. Lewis sets up for an 0-1. Rommie deals and deals another called strike. Eggleston, a free agent following the season, chose to sign with the Somerset Patriots despite having the chance to return as the Revolution center fielder. And had Eggleston returned as York's center fielder, it is very likely that Scott Grimes never would have played in York. And that's crazy to think about now as Grimes ends up playing 3 full seasons with York. He was the 2010 Atlantic League MVP and York's all-time leader in runs scored. He scored 138 runs, just an insane amount in 2010 during his MVP year, which was the high in all of professional baseball that season, major or minor league. Lewis misses low, and he's still out ahead of Eggleston, 1-2. The lefty deals. Eggleston pops it up. Sky high into shallow left field, and check that, the wind blowing will knock it down to the shortstop Valdez, who makes the easy grab. So a pop out to short for Eggleston. Thomas Neal got the scoring started with a 2-run double to right field in the first. He flew out to Boggs and right to end the top of the second. The Patriot designated hitter steps in from the right-hand side. 3-1 Somerset, nobody on and one out here in the top of the fifth. Neal, for some reason, has to call time as soon as he gets into the box. And now he decides he's ready to go. Lewis kicks and fires, misses high and away. And the count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch, drilled deep to left field. On a line drive, a dive, and he makes the play. Eric Patterson in the gap in left field on a lined rocket. Off the bat of Thomas Neal. Last minute, his only play was to lay out, or it would have been a double off the bottom of the wall, and he makes the grab. The run just to get into position in the left field alley might have been just as impressive as the catch, and it was a pretty good catch to make it a complete understatement. So a phenomenal play by Eric Patterson. And quickly 2 up, 2 down for Rommie Lewis here in the top of the fifth. He's settled down after allowing 1 in the first and 2 in the second. 3-1 Patriots lead it. Behind Chris Marrero 1-0, the former Washington National steps in and takes another ball low. 2-0 to Marrero, who is 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single. Last season, Marrero spending the entire year in the Orioles system, 98 games between AA Bowie and AAA Norfolk, where he hit 13 home runs and drove in 56 RBI. A former first-round draft pick in 2006 by the Washington Nationals out of high school. He's still only 26 years old, and he takes a 2-1 pitch from Rommie Lewis and fouls it straight back. The count is 2-2. Other players drafted in the first round that season, along with Chris Marrero. Clayton Kershaw by the Dodgers, Tim Lincecum by the Giants, Max Scherzer by the Arizona Diamondbacks, and Evan Longoria with the Rays. And the 2-2 pitch, cue shot foul down the first base line. We'll do it again at 2-2 to Chris Marrero. Marrero with a home run in yesterday's victory over Bridgeport. 2-2 pitch outside, and the count goes full. 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the fifth. Revs trail it 3-1. Rommie Lewis looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night in his fifth inning of work. The lefty kicks and fires and misses outside. Marrero battles back to draw a walk. David Vidal with a ground out and a 6-4-3 double play ball is 0 for 2. He'll be next for the Patriots, their first baseman. Vidal coming off a monster series against Bridgeport where he was 7 for 14. Spent last year in the Cincinnati farm system. Perez will hold the runner Marrero on, but he's not a big speed threat. He'll hold him on nonetheless with the (3-1) Patriots lead. 2 out here in the top of the fifth. 1-0 after Lewis misses low and inside to Vidal. The lefty deals and deals a called strike in the inner corner. 0-1 the count. Says here that David Vidal was high school teammates with LA Dodgers catcher Yasmani Grandal. So the game note action for the Somerset Patriots, strong as ever. Good tidbit. 1-1 pitch. Looping off-speed pitch by Rommie Lewis. And on the hammer, way out in front, is David Vidal on the breaking ball. 1-2 the count. Rommie Lewis won't get the 1-2-3 inning, but he's looking for his third straight 0. The lefty's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Sinker diving low and chasing it low and away is Vidal. Gets away from De La Cruz. Vidal, not showing much hustle, will not make the token run to first. De La Cruz tags him, and that's that. And believe it or not, for Rommie Lewis, that's his first strikeout of the evening to end the visitor half of the fifth. Revolution coming back up. It's 3-1 Somerset on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Looking for something cool to do this weekend? Looking for a different kind of family fun? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Get on the ice with your friends for Rock and Skate, the last Friday of each month. Every Wednesday is family night with free skate rentals for the whole family. And remember, the coolest place in town is also available for the coolest birthday party in town. For party package prices and public skating times, check out YorkSkate.com. Want to learn to skate? Want to suit up and learn how to play some hockey? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Learn to skate programs are now available for all ages, for every skating ability. Class levels range from beginner to freestyle, where you'll learn basic jumps, spins, and footwork. And skating rental is included. Or get on the ice for York Ice Arena hockey programs. Taught by Ice Arena coaches, boys and girls can learn proper techniques for the game. Rental equipment is available. Group skating lessons and beginner hockey programs are forming now. Plus, York City residents get a 50% discount. Register today. Go to YorkSkate.com.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Paul Braverman back out for the bottom of the fifth. Darrell Henry returns next. Half inning, it'll be the bottom of the order. Shannon Wilkerson to lead it off for the Revolution here in the fifth, followed by Mikey Reynolds and Wilson Valdez at the top. Wilkerson, in his first at-bat as a Rev, flew out to center field in the second. The righty will step back in, and Sean Bierman goes back to work with ball one low and inside at the shoe tops of Wilkerson. 1-0 the count to the former Boston Red Sox prospect. He was an 8th-round pick in 2009 and has spent his entire career in the Red Sox system, topping out at AAA Pawtucket last season. The only big league time for Shannon Wilkerson was in Major League spring training games for the Red Sox. And he's even at a ball and a strike now, taking a called strike on the outer half. Bierman deals. Wilkerson flinches, but wisely takes it low and inside once again. 2-1 the count. Spending most of the last 3 seasons at AA Portland. Played for the Portland Sea Dogs in the AA Eastern League with the Red Sox, did Wilkerson, with the majority of the last 3 years. Here's a swing and a drive, a liner off the big wall and left, and that'll be a Santander single. And only fitting for a player that had spent his career in the Boston Red Sox organization that he hits a rocket that probably would have been a double in most ballparks, but played well off the wall and left by Aaron Eggleston and back along the infield to hold him to a single. And not only do they have the big wall in left at Fenway and here at Santander Stadium, a very similar left field wall is also in Portland, where he played AA ball the last 3 years, did Wilkerson, as a homage to their major league affiliate, the Red Sox. So he's used to a ballpark with these similar dimensions, and for his first Revolution hit, no small amount of irony, he goes off the wall and left. So Wilkerson at first, and Mikey Reynolds takes a called strike. Top of the Revs order for the 3rd time tonight. Mikey struck out looking and flew to center in the second. The Revs second baseman steps back in, second pitch swinging, bouncer to short, could be 2. 6-4-3, and even with fantastic speed, Mikey Reynolds can't beat that out, but not for lack of trying. So Wilkerson's leadoff single quickly erased, and a rare 0-for-3 night for Mikey Reynolds. Hasn't had many of those in a Revolution uniform. He came in batting .358. Bases empty, 2 outs. Wilson Valdez now. Patriots out hitting the Revolution 6-4, but it is a 3-1 Patriot lead. Valdez steps in with a bunt single in the first. He grounded out to third to end the second. 3-6-1 for the Patriots, 1-4-1 for the Revs, each team with an error. Valdez taking ball one inside. And Valdez takes low and away. He's quickly out in front, 2-0. Valdez had a stolen base in the first inning. That's his 64th stolen base with York in all of last season with the Revs and the beginning of this year. We mentioned Scott Grimes earlier, the all-time Revolution runs leader. Well, Grimes is also the Revolution career stolen base leader with 69, and Valdez already just 5 shy of tying Grimes' record and 6 away from breaking it, despite Valdez barely being 1.5 seasons with the Revs and Scott Grimes 3 full seasons with York. 2-1 pitch, slapped foul, third base side. Valdez evened up at 2-2. Of course, 55 stolen bases last year for Valdez, an all-time franchise single-season record, but he gets rung up on a called strike 3, and that's the inning. So the Revolution, with Shannon Wilkerson's leadoff single, break up a streak of 9 retired in a row, but then it ends up being 11 of 12 retired in a row as Valdez goes down looking to end the 5th. 3-1 Somerset going to the 6th inning. You're listening to Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Some people say this is perhaps the tastiest time of year at Maple Donuts. Indeed, Charlie's 58 varieties do seem to come into full bloom right around now. There's the sweet and tart flavor of the Deep South with a key lime-filled maple donut. Treat yourself to the creamy delight of a Maple Donuts butterscotch donut. Oh, and what would this time of year be without strawberries? Irresistible strawberry Maple Donuts are ready for the picking right now at a Maple Donuts near you. Plus, as they do every year, Maple Donuts will snap a respectful salute to our veterans and offer up a sweet thank you with some very special red, white, and blue sprinkled Memorial Day donuts. It's true, this is a great time of year for a baker's dozen from Maple Donuts. Of course, when it comes to enjoying a fresh maple donut, you could say that about any time of year.
Maple Donuts taste right. We create tasty bread. Anytime, day or night. For appetite delight. Maple Donuts taste right.
Hey, sports fans, great news. Now you can listen to Sports Radio 1350 anywhere with the new WOYK mobile apps. Stranded in Siberia? No problem. Kidnapped by wolves? It's not as bad as you may think. Wherever you are, WOYK is with you on the brand new mobile apps. York's only local sports station just went mobile and global. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Start of the 6th, Rommie Lewis begins Adam Donahue with a curveball for a strike. 3-1, Somerset in the lead. Thanks to Paul Braverman for joining us the last few frames. And the 0-1 to Donahue, a fastball taken low. Revs do have some bullpen activity. Donahue tonight, a walk and an infield single, on base twice with a run scored. And the 1-1, it tails down and away. Stretch, 2-1. And that misses low. Rommie has settled down since that second inning, but Sean Bierman has really settled in since the first inning. 3-1 pitch, and a swing and a dribbler to short. Valdez is there. He'll glove it, steps into the throw, lets it rip, and got him at first, one away. Donahue retired for the first time tonight. Take a look at our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. Revs have Mike DeMarc DL'd with the back spasms. Kyle Heckathorn inactive with the upper body strain. WellSpan Sports Medicine Injury Report. Here's Nate Spears. Pitch from Lewis, curveball hit high and deep but foul. Out in front of it and pulls it over the Mezzogiorno Picnic Pavilion. No balls and a strike. He singled on a curve in the second inning. 1 for 2 with a run. The 0-1 shows a bunt. Rommie misses low. 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Somerset. 1 run, 4 hits, and an error for York. Each team scored in the first. Somerset scored twice in the second. The 1-1 swung on and beaten foul over by the York dugout. One, two, and a called third strike. Fastball on the outside corner, knee high, and Rommie with his second K of the night. Season high now, 5 2/3 innings for Rommie, who will try to go 6 for the first time. And Greg Hopkins, the K-man, to the plate. Hopkins a fly out and a single. First pitch is swung on and fouled off, first base side. Hits the brick and bounces down the seats. The 0-1, and this one lined hard to center, but right at Wilkerson, who took a step back and stopped. Makes the catch, and a 1-2-3 inning for Rommie. First time tonight, he has not allowed a base runner, and he's now retired 8 of his last 9. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still 3-1 Somerset.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they help me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Brews and Skews, presented by York Traditions Bank, is a free admission carnival of food on the Brooks Robinson Plaza, Saturday, May 30th from 1 to 6 p.m. Begin your vacation season with a good time and staycation packed with food on a stick, craft brew, and Revolution Caliber entertainment. Rockin' bands brought to you by CGA Law Firm. Play the stage all day. Come with your crew or bring the family to Brews and Skews, a free admission event presented by York Traditions Bank. Visit brewsandskews.com for the latest event info, and we'll see you May 30th.
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Somerset. Eric Patterson leads off. Bierman starts him with a curveball strike. Patterson, 2 deep flies to center, one of which was a sac fly in the first. And this one is up and in on him. The only run of the night for the Revs. And he had the only RBI yesterday. The 1-1 misses down and outside. Neither team has scored since Somerset put up 2 in the second inning. Revs haven't scored since the first. The pitch, and it's up a little bit. Patterson started, which upset him, but he was able to stop. He'll walk out. refocus and climbs back in, 3-1. And Bierman deals, and it's up high. Leadoff walk. And Patterson on to start the inning against Bierman, who had faced the minimum the last 3 frames. We'll pause here for station identification on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Bierman just 1 hit given up since the second inning. It's his second walk of the night. Here's Andres Perez, who looks at a strike, and he had the other walk in the first. Grounded out his other at bat. Revs trail 3-1 here in the 6th inning. Bierman, the 0-1, and a swing and a foul back. And out of play. Rommie standing in the dugout watching would lead you to think that his night might be finished. Revs have bullpen activity. Lewis a season high 6. Oh-2, and a check swing foul tip. Fortunately, Donahue couldn't hold on to it. Glanced off the catcher's mitt and back to the screen. Bierman from Jersey says his favorite player is Andy Pettit. He was their opening night starter this year. Fires home and a swing and a fly ball, center field. Tucker chasing it deep toward right center, medium deep, makes the catch. Out in front of Dre's image on the LED boards, and that's out number 1. Perez, pretty good swing on it, didn't quite square it up. 2 earned runs is the most that Bierman's given up in any start. As Johan Lamanta steps in, Bierman has peaked at the high A level with the Rays, White Sox, and Braves. Pitch to Limo is up and in. Lamanta hit by pitch tonight and a ground out, hit sharply back to the pitcher. Move to first, and Patterson scampers back on. One-0, and that's over for a strike, a cutter. Lamanta against lefties, hitting .346. Pitch, and it's a high strike call. Top of the zone, 1-2. Bierman, for the most part, has stayed out of the middle of the plate. And a throw over to first, just babying it over. Most of his pickoff moves have been of that variety. Valdez did steal on him earlier in the game. And Patterson will try it. Pitch is a check swing strikeout. Throw to second. Patterson safe. Slides in ahead of a short hop throw. Oh, he steals his third bag, but Lamanta's out on the check swing strikeout. Third K of the night for Bierman. And Brandon Boggs now with 2 down in the inning. He'll dig in. He's grounded out and popped up. First pitch is taken low. 3-1 Somerset. We're in the 6th inning. One-0, curveball, and taken for a strike. The Revs, who were swept by Long Island, they're now 1-5 against the Ducks. They are 0-3 against Somerset. 2-1 against Camden. as Boggs taps a foul off the plate toward the third base side. They've yet to play Bridgeport, so that's how they've fared against the Liberty division thus far. One and two to Boggs, the pitch, and it's down low. He bats sixth tonight, so he's now hit first, second, fifth, sixth, and ninth in the order. 2-2, and he lays off down low. On the curve, it'll be a full count. First base is open. Brian Pounds would be next. Somerset now will get bullpen activity for the first time. Pitching coach Corey Dommel signaling for someone. Pitch to Boggs is in the dirt and ricochets way up and over toward the third base on deck area. And Patterson moves up. It's ball four and a wild pitch. And it'll be first and third for Pounds. Here with 2 outs in the sixth. Second walk of the inning. The Revs still only with 1 hit since the second inning. Here's Pounds, who's 1 for 2 with an infield hit in the second inning. And Bierman with the pitch to him, and it's down low. Now Corey Dommel will call time, and their pitching coach heading out. Have a conversation. Look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, and Long Island looking for a 5th straight win tonight, hosting Camden. And all over the River Sharks, 7-1 in the 6th inning. Lancaster down 5-0 at Southern Maryland in the 4th. Sugarland and Bridgeport scoreless in the 4th. And here it's 3-1 Somerset in the 6th. Here's your York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. 1 ball, no strikes on Brian Pounds following the visit. He's getting toward twilight time here. A 1-0. And a swing and a liner to shallow left. Eggleston in, and he falls forward and makes the catch. Pounds broke his bat, and it had too much air. Eggleston able to get to it, falling forward. He was playing way deep, and it hung up just enough. No runs, no hits, 2 men left. And we go to the 7th inning. Still the Patriots 3 and the Revs 1.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Savory's Funnel Cakes have brought their delicious funnel cakes from the York Fair to Santander Stadium. Be sure to visit their stand on the third base concourse near the hot corner, as they offer both regular and pumpkin funnel cakes. Also, be sure to check out Savory's Funnel Cake Eating Challenge played between innings during York Evolution home games. They also offer event catering. Give Savory's a call at 717-271-3485. That's 717-271-3485. Savory's Funnel Cakes, York's delicious delicacy for all to enjoy.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the 7th, it's a 3-1 Somerset lead. And Layson Septimo, the new pitcher for York. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Rommie goes 6 for the first time this year. A quality start, but leaves trailing. And Andino to get things started. First pitch from Septimo finds the inside corner. It's a strike. Andino 1 for 2. RBI double in the second inning. The 0-1. And a breaking ball runs inside. Now, Rommie 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 93 pitches, 56 strikes. The 1-1. And Andino, did he go around? Oh, nope. He fell. As he was starting to spin into the swing, he slipped and went down to a knee. And his bat just about right over the plate, but on the appeal, no swing. The 2-1, swung on, ripped hard at third, it hit the lip, and then it hit off Pounds' foot. And he couldn't find it. He'll locate it on the edge of the outfield grass, and Andino's safe to begin the inning. That ball was bouncing slightly, and it hit the edge of the grass and stayed low, rather than continuing to come up. And Pounds tried to get down and recover, and it banged him on the top of the right shoe. Here's Johnny Tucker, and he looks at a first pitch strike. Now Andino, who smoked it, on base to begin the inning. Looks like they've scored it an error. And it was at Pounds, but he did have a tough hop as Septimo throws over. Tucker 0 for 3 on the night. The 0-1, and it's lined into right field, a base hit. Now Tucker singles the other way, and it's first and second with nobody out. Well, fans, WellSpan has helped many professional student and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. They can do the same for you with a full spectrum of care, including sports nutrition, concussion management, orthopedic surgery, and physical therapy. Their winning team can help you prevent an injury or treat one. For immediate care, call 1-877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine. Here's Aaron Eggleston. Tries to bunt, gets some air under it. It lands fair. Pounds has to pick it up and fires to first for the out. Sacrifice is good. It goes 5-3. And Eggleston, some air on that bunt, but it landed before Pounds could get there, and then it stayed fair once it hit the grass. And here comes Mace. Thomas Neal, Chris Marrero, actually a whole bunch of right-hand hitters coming up. So that'll be all for Septimo, who faces 3 hitters, an error, a single, a sac, bunt. And it'll be second and third with 1 out. And actually, perhaps they will leave him in. Actually, they will. Well, I jumped the gun and assumed they were making the move, but Septimo will stay in to face Thomas Neal here. And Neal, who's 1 for 3, a double and an RBI in the first. He's hit it hard all 3 times. Infield in, first pitch, a fastball strike. Nailed the inside edge at 93. Neal hit the one that Patterson made the spectacular diving play on in the 5th inning. Septimo stretching up, and the 0-1. And it misses up and in. Trying to keep this a 2-run game. And now ready. And the pitch. Down and in. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Septimo 0-1, a .450 ERA in 11 games. 10 innings, 6 runs, 5 earned. 3 of those came in 1 appearance. Fiddling for the grip as he looks, and time finally asked for by the hitter. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Breaking ball, strike called. And Septimo breaks off a good one, evens things up. 2-2. Facing the 3-hole hitter. Pitch. Missed inside. Not by a lot. Septimo wincing, he wanted it. Now full count. Payoff pitch. Missed high and away, and he'll lose him to ball 4. I would imagine that first base open there, they were not going to let Neal beat them. Not going to throw anything fat over the plate. And he ends up drawing the walk. So now they're loaded for Chris Marrero. And a 10-game hitting streak. Make it 11. First pitch is grounded to third. 1 hot pounds coming home. They get the out there. Throw to first is in time. Double play. And Septimo fired up, pumping his fist as he comes off. A 5-2-3 double play and keeps it a 2-run game. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error in the inning. 2 men left. 7th inning stretch here at Santander Stadium. Still a 3-1 Somerset lead.
Waking up with the Zabe. The Steve Zabin Show.
People are still biting other people's ears off in 2014? Are we savages? Alex Guerrero, ear partially bitten off. This is the Cuban infielder the LA Dodgers gave $28 million to.
The Steve Zabin Show on Yahoo Sports Radio.
He's apparently now minus a chunk of his ear thanks to teammate Miguel Olivo, involved in a dugout altercation in Albuquerque's 7-4 loss to Salt Lake on Tuesday. Next thing you know, they're pushing and shoving, and Olivo has now bitten Alex Guerrero's ear off. Really? Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
All right, let's try this one. Wherever you are, WOYK is... That blows. How about wherever you are, WOYK is watching. No, that's creepy. Let's try this. Take Sports Radio 1350 on the go with the new WOYK mobile apps. Available for download today. Bingo. The new Sports Radio 1350. Available anywhere via the WOYK mobile apps. First in York, first in sports. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 7th, 3-1. Somerset has the lead. They'll go to their bullpen. That'll be right-hander Andrew Carignan who takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And their bullpen's been about as good as their rotation has been. One has a 1.85 ERA, the other is 1.95. If you're wondering, the bullpen is 1.95. Carignan 0-1 in 9 games with a save, 9 innings, 2 runs. Luis De La Cruz to lead off and watches a cutter for a strike. De La Cruz 1 for 2 tonight. Followed by Wilkerson and Reynolds. 0-1, and it slides down low. Carignan, 9 innings, 2 runs, as we said, just 6 hits. Opponents hitting 176, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts. A 1-1, breaking ball chopped toward the middle. At shortstop, Andino cuts it off, makes the throw on the run. Vidal able to reach down and glove it at first base. De La Cruz didn't have enough to get it up the infield as Andino cuts it off. 1 away. There's Shannon Wilkerson, who's 1 for 2 and drilled his first wall ball last time up. Singled off the arch nemesis for his first Revs hit. Welcome to York. He smoked it. Carignan the pitch, and it's a cutter for a called strike. Sean Bierman tonight, 6 innings, 1 unearned run, just 4 hits. Walked 3, struck out 3. That starter's ERA will go down. Oh, look out. Line drive foul into the seats. First base side. It hit an empty seat, then ricocheted off a lady. It appears to be okay. Bierman, 3 walks, 3 Ks, 84 pitches, 55 strikes. It's 0-2 now to Wilkerson. And Carignan delivers in tight, and Wilkerson has to pull the hands in. Carignan last year was at AA and AAA with the Giants. He's in the majors with the A's in 2011 and 12 for combined 17 games. And this one ripped just foul down the third base line. Carignan in the big leagues, 1-1 with a 4.50 ERA. Then missed the following year, 2013, due to Tommy John surgery. Deals home, and a slider down and away. Despite Wilkerson's hit off the wall and that grounder foul down the line, they're really playing him to the opposite field and shallow in center and right. Eggleston much deeper and left. 2-2, and he grounds it to shortstop. Andino is there, gloves, fires just in time to get Wilkerson. It was scooting down the line. And 2 away. Revs still with just 4 hits on the night. We go to the top of the order, and Mikey Reynolds, who's 0 for 3. Came into this game having hit safely in 14 of his last 15 games. And he takes down low on the first pitch. 1-0. Swings and pops a foul back and out of play. Carignan, a 5th round pick of the A's in 07 out of UNC. Now 28 years old. One. That's up high. dusk here in York tonight now. Carignan had a great-grandfather who pitched in the big leagues with the Washington Senators and the Pittsburgh Pirates. 2-1, and that misses inside. Wilson Valdez waiting on deck. Revs held to 1 run yesterday, 1 run so far tonight. It was in the first inning. 3-1, and that misses down and outside. No, walk to Reynolds. The Revs, since scoring 9 in the first 4 innings of the game on Wednesday night, have scored just 2 runs in their last 20 innings. Here's Wilson Valdez, who's 1 for 3. Bunt single in the first, stolen base and a run, and Reynolds takes off, pitches high. Donaghy's throw, in time, and Mace is coming out. Mikey went in head first, and Dino slapped down the tag. Third base ump Doug McFarling walks away. Valdez was upset seeing the call. That'll rob him of an at-bat. Mikey thought he was in. Mace thought so. And he'll make the long walk across as Stephen Penny comes in out of the pen. That'll do it for the 7th inning as Donaghy gets the caught stealing. And we'll go to the 8th. It's still 3-1 Somerset.
The Dan Patrick Show would like to present Awkward Moments.
What did Nolan Ryan do with the former First Lady?
He went in, he was going for the kiss, she went for the hug, and he ended up sort of air kissing over her left shoulder.
It's kind of like a cug, a kiss and a hug. I'm going to give you a cug.
And now, Awkward Moments firsthand.
He's Nolan Ryan, the Rangers president. I saw where you got caught between a hug and a kiss with the president's wife after you guys won the game. You weren't sure if you're supposed to hug or give her a kiss. Did you feel like it was one of those awkward moments after the win?
Well, I didn't really look at it that way. I think we were all excited and just relieved that we finally got the right columns.
I didn't know if Secret Service was stepping in there, though.
Well, I can tell you, we had plenty of it last night.
On Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I just got into veterinary school.
And I'm Jeremy when he was in the 5th grade.
That's when my parents enrolled me in Connections Academy.
And when we got my puppy Champ, and I started dreaming of being a vet.
They said at Connections Academy I'd have an even brighter future. I had great teachers and classes that really prepared me for college success.
I guess my hard work paid off for you.
Sure did. For all of us. Right, Champ?
Connections Academy, the tuition-free online public school for grades K through 12. Visit connectionsacademy.com.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
I was seeing the replay up here. It is really close. Bang, bang. Mikey's hand might have been in. What they might have been arguing was Doug McFarling just about fell over trying to get in position to make the call. They may have wondered, did he even see it? Which is a fair question. He almost went down on the grass. Start the 8th. David Vidal leads off, looks at one high on Stephen Penny's first pitch. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 3-1 Somerset. And the 1-0 from Big Pen is right down the middle, a strike called. Vidal tonight 0 for 3. 5, 6, and 7 in their order this inning. 1-1, a half swing. He went around. He was fooled. Penny is appearing in game number 11. 1-1 with a 193 and a save. 9 1/3, 3 runs, 2 earned. pitch. Oh, man, late swing, and Vidal fouls it off the padding of the backstop away from the screen, between the screen and the York dugout, but low enough it didn't get into the stands. Thought off the bat it might be headed there. Penny again, and just missed outside, 2-2. Penny's 175th appearance all-time with York. Revs relief record. He's now within 5 of Thurm for the all-time mark. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He blew him away. A high fastball. 1 down here in the 8th. Revs back at it tomorrow night at 6:30. We're on at 6:10. Speaking of Thurm, he'll start it facing Mickey Story of Somerset, who's 4-0 and leading the league with a 0.93 ERA, 10 hits in 29 innings. Here is Adam Donahue. Pitch from Penny, a splitter that missed high. Tomorrow night, post-game fireworks presented by Mala. 1-0 pitch, and there's a called strike. Also, Relay for Life Night and the American Cancer Society. Pitch, slider, caught the corner, and a called strike. It's 1-2. Tickets on sale, YorkRevolution.com. Even order on the go on your mobile device. The 1-2, swinging a foul tip off the glove of De La Cruz, who looked in, hoping he might have it. Three to 1, Somerset in the 8th. Now Penny, the 1-2, swing and a miss, blew him away. Back-to-back strikeouts for Big Pen, who's going right at him. Two down here in the 8th. And Nate Spears to follow. It's 1 for 3, singled and scored in the second inning. First offering. It's inside, forcing him to flinch. A 1-0. Yeah, that's over for a strike as Penny took a little something off to get it over. Lancaster charging back in Southern Maryland. They're down 5-3 in the 5th inning. Was 5-0. York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. 1-1. And a swing and a dribbler to second. Mikey with it. Tosses to first. Inning over. And a 1-2-3 8th inning for Stephen Penny. Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Revs trying to get the bats going in this one. Trailing 3-1.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Hey Revs fans, mark your calendars for Friday, May 29th. That's when the Revs host the Susquehanna Score Small Biz Motivation Day. From noon until 6, talk to expert mentors who can help you start and build a business, and learn from small business owners who already are growing their businesses with Score. So get motivated, because Score is free in the White Rose Room here at Santander Stadium, Friday, May 29th, noon to 6.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Three to 1, Somerset on top, and to the bottom of the 8th. And Wilson Valdez will be back up there. He was at bat when Mikey Reynolds was called out trying to steal. Left-hander Buddy Boshears, the new pitcher for Somerset. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. A scoreless 7th for Andrew Carignan. Valdez back up. 1 for 3 tonight, a bunt hit, a steal in the first, and has scored the only run for York. Boshears delivers, and it's a called strike, tailing over the outside corner. The Revs in their sweep suffered at Somerset. Pitch here is grounded off Boshears' leg over to third. Hopkins can't pick up, and Valdez is safe on the infield hit. Stung it back to the mound, and it hit Boshears in the right leg, I believe. At least I thought at first. Around the knee, maybe. And their trainer out again. He's pointing on the trainer's leg as to where it hit him. He pointed to the right side just under the knee on the trainer's right leg. Infield hit. I was about to say, when the Revs were swept at Somerset, they had given up just a combined 8 runs, but couldn't win any of the 3 games. 3 runs or fewer given up in all 3. They've given up 3 tonight, but have only scored 1. Outscored in that sweep 8-3. Here's Eric Patterson, and he takes the strike. They lost 3-1, 3-2, and 2-0, and they trailed tonight 3-1 in the 8th. Patterson, a sac fly, a deep fly out, a walk, and a steal. And a pitch from Boshears, a swing and a foul tip off Donahue's glove, and it's 0-2. In that series at Somerset, they held the Patriots to a .217 average, but they batted just .129 themselves. And that infield hit for Valdez, just their 5th tonight. Boshears ready. And the 0-2. Breaking ball, a check swing, and it's tapped foul. It'll make its way partway to Polo at third. Boshears in 10 outings, no record, does have a save. 1.93 ERA. 9 1/3 innings, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. 3 walks and 10 Ks. Opponents hitting .270 with 10 hits. The 0-2 again, and it's down low, a slider. Blocked by Donahue. Boshears in the big leagues with the Angels for 25 games 2 years ago. The 1-2 fastball low, 91 miles an hour. Last year he was at AAA and AA with the Angels. 27 years old, 4th round pick in 08. Out of a junior college in Alabama. 2-2. And a swing and a broken bat grounder near the line at third, and foul is the call. As Hopkins gloved and threw it, but Chris Carroll didn't point foul right away, but he did holler it. And that bat, now that was a shatter. Couple of jagged shards left behind. Bat Boy cleans up the mess. Broken bat brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Have an ash tree that you're concerned about due to EAB, emerald ash borer, or any other tree care concern? Look up the experts. Find them online at heritagelawnandlandscape.com. Tell you what else we could use is a home run contest winner. Or just a base hit. 2-2 it stays. And the pitch swung on and grounded to second base. Spears to second for one. Andino the return, and they call Patterson out. And here comes Mays. My goodness. Revs fans thought Patterson beat it out. And Mays approaching Dave Shirk. Looked like Patterson was through the bag on the replay. That'll empty the bases with 2 outs in the inning. Looked like his foot was on it by the time Vidal caught it. That's a 4-6-3 double play. And the base is empty with 2 outs. Andres Perez to the plate. Perez tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch is low and off the glove of Donahue. On the 1-0. And a breaking ball missed low. So there goes the infield hit off the pitcher's leg. He's erased. 2-0 slider misses low. It's interesting he threw that with a 2-run lead. 3-0 pitch. Now back with a fastball, and it's a strike. One to Perez. Curveball just missed a little high. So he will keep the inning alive, and Yohan Lamonta coming up. Limo 0 for 2 tonight, hit by a pitch in the first inning that knocked the wind out of him. Hitting the ribs. He'll bat here as the tying run. First delivery. It's a curveball and a called strike. Not the one he'd want to swing at right away, but Boshears gets it over. And now the lefty ready again. Peek at first, and the 0-1. And Lamonta shortens, showing a bunt. And takes a fastball strike. Was down in the zone, but that might be the only fastball he gets in the at-bat. And it's 0-2. Pitch to him, misses in the dirt. Donahue keeps it in front. One ball, 2 strikes. Perez a short lead from first. Boshears looks at him, delivers. and a swing and a miss. Got him on the curveball to end the inning. And Somerset will take their lead to the ninth. No runs on one hit and one runner left. End of the ninth inning here tonight. It's the Patriots 3 and the Revs 1.
Remember when the goal was to see how fast you could run home from school, play 99 straight innings of wiffle ball, or jump up onto anything? At WellSpan Health, we think making time to play is still a great goal. Being healthy is how you get there. And just in case your grown-up body can't keep up with your inner child, WellSpan Orthopedics walk-in injury care is there to help with a team specially trained in treating sprains, strains, and broken bones. If you have a WellSpan primary care physician, your visit is added to your electronic health record so your doctor may coordinate any follow-up care. You never need an appointment, and both our Apple Hill location in York and our new Hanover Orthopedics location are open evenings and weekends. You can get all the details about orthopedic walk-in injury care at wellspan.org/injury. At WellSpan Health, it's our goal to help you get healthy and stay healthy, no matter how old you are or how young you feel.
Summer is about taking time for what really matters. Spending time with the family, enjoying nature's beauty, having a healthy lawn you can be proud of, plus the time to enjoy it. With Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, you get world-class environmentally responsible lawn care from a hometown team. The result is a vibrant, beautiful lawn that turns heads and boosts curb appeal. Visit us at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the ninth, Josh Judy will take over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. So the Revs closer will get some work here, trailing 3-1. Greg Hopkins leading on. K-Man tonight, 1 for 3. Judy's first pitch of the night is in for a strike. Starts him off with good fastball to get ahead. Judy in 9 outings, no record, but he's got 4 saves. There's the 0-1. And a swing and a foul back into the net. 9 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. 3 walks, 7 Ks. Opponents hitting 161. The 0-2, and a swing and a pop-up foul off to the right. Somerset with John Hunton getting ready for the 9th inning. Another 0-2, and it's up high off the glove of De La Cruz. Hunton with 5 saves this season thus far. Set a league record with 49 last season. A 1-2. Swing and he pops him up. Perez at first, going back toward the York bullpen. They all get out of the way, but it's back into the stands anyway. As he approached the stairs, the Gatorade jugs, the gate, landed a couple rows in. Pitch and a ground ball, and Judy got a piece of it. Reynolds up the middle, couldn't get a handle, and it's an infield hit for Greg Hopkins to begin the 9th. Judy got some glove on it, slowed it down. And Reynolds, I don't know if he was trying to toss it off to Valdez to make a throw since he was going away from first, but wouldn't have been able to get Hopkins, who's on safely, and Robert Andino, the hitter. Andino 1 for 3, RBI double in the second. And Judy's pitch, a fastball, it's a called strike. Oriole fans will remember Andino. The 0-1, and he shows a bunt, takes a strike. 2011, the Orioles knocked the Red Sox out of the postseason in the final week, and he had 3 clutch hits against them. Known as the curse of the Andino in Boston. Judy looks over at first, comes set. And the 0-2. Called third strike. Drilled the glove on the outside corner. 1 away here in the top of the 9th. Great video board work by Scott and Matt. Matt, who gets the credit for that one? Scott does. Here is Johnny Tucker at the top of the order. 1 on, 1 out. And Judy the pitch. And a cutter, it's a called strike. Revs in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll have Boggs, Pounds, and De La Cruz due. John Hunton with 101 career Atlantic League saves, 3rd all time. Getting ready. The 1-0, or 0-1 rather. And it cuts down and away. Thought the first one was called a strike. The board has 2-0 though. Chris Carroll does not have the most demonstrative strike call. Now they do switch it to 1-1 on the board. Judy set with it. And the pitch, runner going, and a swing and a roller to third. Pounds is up on the edge of the grass. He's got it, fires to first, and that's out number 2. And with Hopkins running, he will make it to second. The only play was to first. Now they move him into scoring position. Avoid any chance at turning 2, which would be tough with Tucker running anyway. Here's Aaron Eggleston out of the 2-hole in their order. And Judy checks back and delivers and missed a little low. Eggleston hit by a pitch twice tonight. Scored in the first inning. Popped up once, sack bunt the other time. 1-0 offering. And that's in for a strike, belt high. 3-1 Somerset here in the 9th. Judy fires, and that's taken low. 2-1. Judy, a former high school quarterback from Morgantown, West Virginia. It's part of the group that likes to run passes to get their conditioning in. On the 2-1, and slap the other way and fair. Down the left field line. And Hopkins around third to score. Eggleston will cruise into second with an RBI double as he adds an insurance run here in the 9th, and it's 4-1. And John Hunton will have a 3-run lead to work with. Aaron Eggleston, a big night of contributions, and now picks up a hit and an RBI. Here's Thomas Neal as Judy starts him with a slider for a strike. Eggleston, who briefly played in York late in 09. The 0-1 and a fastball just missed away. Judy took a little pause looking there and thinking he was getting a strike. Thomas Neal tonight, 1 for 3 with an RBI double and a walk. The pitch, swings and fouls it back into the screen. Robbed by Eric Patterson in the 5th inning, a diving catch in left center. One, two, swing and a foul back upstairs. That may have left a mark from the sounds of it. Somerset trying to win. They're 11th in the last 13. Pitch from Judy, swinging a foul the other way and right, and well out of play. It hit the light pole, bounced down. They're trying to go to 4-0 against York. Revs and Patriots will meet 21 times this year. Neal asks for time momentarily. Now the stretch from Judy. And he'll try it again. And a swing and a liner into right, and a base hit in front of Boggs, who had to play it on a hop. And around third comes Eggleston. He'll score. And it's 5-1 here in the 9th. Boggs started in, but on his read, determined he couldn't get to it on a dive, and looking at the replay, it did look like that was the case, so he had to pull up and play it on a hop. And Neal drives in his 2nd of the night. Back-to-back, 2-out insurance runs. Here's Chris Marrero, who lays off one that just missed away, and Judy throws his hands up in disgust. Another one he wanted. I mean, you do start to lose it after a while. It does get to be too much to hold it in. A 1-0 and a swing and a miss. Threw his hands up in disgust, and Chris Carroll either didn't see it or has a lot more restraint than some others do. The 1-1 swung on, hit in the air in center. Shannon Wilkerson starting over, now in, and makes the play. A hair toward left center to end the inning. Somerset, though, with 2 insurance runs, 3 hits, 1 runner left. Now we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's the Patriots 5 and the Revs 1.
The malls and the internet are filled with places that sell running gear. But where do you go for performance track and field gear, technical help, and reasonable pricing?
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes' reputation is widely known. They've been outfitting beginners to nationally ranked runners for more than 30 years, and their selection of brands and models is unmatched anywhere in Central PA. Training shoes, track spikes, specialty shoes for all field events. If Flying Feet doesn't carry it, then you probably don't need it. All this at prices that will pleasantly surprise you. Flying Feet's entire staff is knowledgeable of what you need. Beginners and pros come away from Flying Feet with the right advice and the right shoe for their needs. And that applies to the needed accessories. Replacement spike elements of all sizes, shot and discus implements, running apparel and sports tights, and Under Armour performance apparel for specialty track and field equipment and the know-how without the specialty store prices.
Flying feet.
Just off exit 18 of I-83 on Mount Rose Avenue next to Battery Warehouse in York.
The best things in life are still free. Free admission, parking, and wine tasting make the Great Pennsylvania Flavor Fest on the grounds of Mount Hope Estate and Winery the perfect way to start the summer, May 23rd and 24th. Savor samplings with 24 of PA's finest wineries, cooking demonstrations, food merchants, and unique handcrafts. Enjoy live music and an interactive crafty kids area. Join the free fun at the Great Pennsylvania Flavor Fest, May 23rd and 24th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Admission, parking, and tastings are free. Details at parenfair.com.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Somerset leads. And John Hunton coming on, a non-save situation now. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. As the 6'9" right-hander comes on to face Brandon Boggs up first. And the first pitch of the inning is down low. Hunton, for as big as he is, looks like kind of a short stride. He'll grab the rosin bag after missing with that first one. Got 5 saves this year. Again, a non-save spot. He deals. And that just missed. A little high, perhaps. 9 outings this year, 8 2/3 innings, 3 runs, a 3.12 ERA, 8 hits. No walks, 6 Ks. Now the 2-0. And that's over for a strike. 49 saves a year ago. An Atlantic League record. Two-one. And it's slapped sharply up the middle, and Dino's got it. To his left from short, his throw pulls Vidal off the bag, and Boggs is safe to begin the inning. And Dino to his left, and made a nice play to get to it, but his throw yanked the first baseman off. It'll be an error. Brian Pounds coming up. So the Revs given an extra out in this 9th inning. This is Andino's 10th error. And here's Pounds, who's 1 for 3. Pitch from Hunton is over for a strike. Somerset defensively next to last in the league. 28th error as a team. The 0-1 swung on and dribbled softly to short. Andino quickly gets rid of it and juggled by Spears. Actually, I do think he held on. He was pulling it out of his glove. As Boggs slid in, they get the out at second on the fielder's choice. I thought I saw the ball pop loose, but it was screened by the head of the enormous pitcher who was right in our sight line there. Spears had it in his bare hand, pulling it out, but did hang on to the ball. Fielder's choice. 1 away. Here's Luis de la Cruz. Pitch from Hunton is a little low. 5-1 Somerset here in the 9th inning. De La Cruz 1 for 3 on the night. Hunton ready. Delivers, almost hit him as De La Cruz jumps back. Hunton does not throw hard. That's not his MO. He's got a change-up, a sinker, slider. 2-0 count. Pitch to De La Cruz is in for a strike. Fastball at 84 on our board. So maybe it's 85, 86, but no more than that. 2-1. Swung on and rolled to short. Andino again to second, and Spears completely drops this one. And safe everywhere, and the tying run will be on deck as the Revs have been given 2 extra outs here in this 9th inning. Be an error on Spears, and they could have turned 2 to end the game with De La Cruz banged up running. They get none. Perhaps trying to turn it too quickly. Now here's Shannon Wilkerson. One more base runner, and the tying run will be up. Wilkerson 1 for 3 tonight. A wall ball single in the 5th. And the pitch from Hunton, it is over at the knees, a strike. First Revs hit for Wilkerson. Nailed off the arch nemesis in left field. Here in his debut with the team, signed today. The 0-1, and that misses outside. Ball and a strike. And the pitch swung on, popped way up. Donahue back, approaching the screen. And out of room, it lands about a row in. Bounces into the Dietz and Blewett Insurance diamond deck. And a mad scramble, and the loud one down there ends up with it. Oh my. He's having a time of his life here tonight. 1-2 to Wilkerson. Hunting with the pitch. Down and in. And now 2-2. Revs still with only 5 hits in the game. Only 1 run for the second straight game. Benefited from 2 Somerset errors here in the 9th inning. Otherwise, the game could be over. Hunton asking for a new ball. Still trailing 5-1, but also still alive in this one. Hunting the stretch. The 2-2. Swung on, line toward the middle. Spears a sliding catch and a glove hand flip to the shortstop Andino to end it. You gotta be kidding me. Spears gets redemption on a liner ticketed to center. He got there to squeeze it. A glove hand feed to Andino, who was on the bag. And a bang play. Nips pounds at second to end the game. Line drive double play. And Somerset wins the opener here tonight by a final score of 5-1. Patriots win their 11th in the last 13. The Revs handed their 4th straight loss after winning 4 out of 5 on the road. And it adds to the dubious team record, their 9th straight loss at home. Unbelievable. And the Revs stymied offensively after the first inning tonight when they scored their only run. Held to 5 hits in this one as the Patriots win by a final score of 5-1.